All right, gearheads, we're here at Circuit of the Americas for the Formula One United States Grand Prix, and once again, we have the pleasure of sitting across the table from Guenther Steiner. Mr. Steiner, welcome back to Speed City.
Thank you for the mister, and I'm happy to be back here.
Now, just because we know you don't like all the traveling, we've decided to put on a race next May, closer to North Carolina. How do you feel about that? Miami.
You did a great job, to organize it. No, it's very good. I mean, for sure. The thing is, when I get here, everybody else has got the jet lag, and I'm the only one without it. Or not the only one of the few without it, and I really enjoy that, Look at Stuart. We have got some people falling asleep here. Yeah, that is what I feel normally, when you guys are fully awake. No, it's good that we get another race in the States. I think it's very good, because in the moment there is the appetite there for more F1 races in America, and Miami is for sure a good place as well, but having 2 races here is good. Hopefully we get even more.
Yeah. When I saw the schedule come out officially last week and it had 2 American flags on it, it was just amazing. But I want to go back to, I want to talk about Netflix, because you've been a star, but not about the language or anything else. I want to talk about what we've seen. We're on Sirius XM and we get callers from all over the United States. Canada. And more than half of the callers, we asked them, how long have you been a fan? More than half of the callers this year have said they're new fans and they came from Netflix. The impact, I think, from our little survey has been incredible. I'm assuming you guys all feel the same way.
Yeah, and that's what we are told as well all the time, that it had an impact worldwide, but I think in the States here it was the biggest impact, and I put that one also down to, I think the most Netflix, I call them users, are here in the States. It started here, Netflix, here in the States, I know very few people which haven't got Netflix, while all the rest of the world is still, I think, a growing market. So for sure, who has got Netflix in the States, you know what we do. It's a new show out. Let's see what it is like, and if it's good, you watch it. So, and I think that's what happened, and just people found it interesting, and then watched the race. And the good thing is Netflix is watched by a lot of young people, and the demographics in F1 are getting younger, which is happening in very few sports.
Well, and the proof's in the pudding. We're sold out this weekend, and we've been sold out at COTA here for months now. And I can't wait to see what a 400,000 people crowd, or however big it's going to be, looks starting tomorrow. It's going to be astounding.
It will be scary if it is this amount. Yeah, it will be. But I think it's a good thing, and I was told they put even more grandstands up, because they can sell it out, and that shows how interested people is in it. Which is, I think, there's only good things. At least sometimes we talk about good things as well.
Yeah.
As you look ahead to 2022, going back to the racing for a sec, you said quite strongly right at the beginning of the season, this year we're not going to do any updates. We're looking towards 22 already, and I think that was good, because you got out ahead of where expectations were. But has that given you the time you need to start with the project for next year? Where are you with that? And do you see more of the light at the end of the tunnel for the future?
There's never enough time or money, in Formula One. So starts with that one. But no, I think in the beginning, because last year, as I explained, we were on a standstill. It took us a little bit time to get moving again. Then we got moving, and we are moving pretty good now. So I see light at the end of the tunnel. I'm cautiously optimistic, because I don't know what the other teams do or how they develop. But we put everything we had into it, and whatever happens, it will be positive. This year there was not negative or positive. There was just nothing, and that normally ends up going backwards. If you do nothing, you go backwards. If you stand still, you go backwards. So, but for sure next year, whatever comes, it will be, we are going again. We are coming up again, and whatever happens, it will move the right direction, upwards and onwards.
And to follow that up, what about the future with the team? Because you notice a lot bigger influence of American brand names. Williams, particularly, given their dominant capital connection, have brought in new sponsors. Given Miami, given COTA, will you now start with Gene to look at more what I would call blue chip American brands that may be established in NASCAR or Indy currently that might be interested? Now it's more of an American sport.
It's sponsors in general, American, non-American, European. It's always very difficult to get by these days. I would say we have got a few very good sponsors on the car. We will start to look more aggressively in America in the near future. We have neglected it a little bit, I would say, and it's not like the potential American sponsors didn't bite. We didn't go out to them, so we are actually starting to work harder on it and see if we can find something. Blue chip or not blue chip, there is a lot of good American companies in here. They don't need to be blue chip, up and coming startups and things like this. But for sure, there is something we will be working on in the near future.
We're growing. I wonder how much to get a Speed City sticker on the car. Who do we talk to?
Okay, I mean, if you guys are going, anybody listening, just phone up, and we are open for business.
There you go.
Hey, the one thing you did say that you were going to work on this year was stabilizing your drivers. How about a report card, sir?
I think the last races we showed, they're a little bit more stable. I think they got a little bit more understanding of F1. I put it down also to in F2, the teammate doesn't mean a lot. It's another opponent, The team doesn't, I wouldn't say it doesn't count a lot, but you're not fighting for the team. But in F1, the team, it's above everything, So I think it took a little bit of time to that they understand it, and maybe it just gets into you naturally that in F1 the team counts a lot, and in F2 it's every man on his own, for himself. That's maybe a better word, yeah. So I think they get it. Will they have again clashes? I'm pretty sure they will. They both are young and they both want to show what they can do. But I think over the last 3 to 4 months especially, they've learned a lot what to do and what not to do.
We've talked about, there's been a lot of talk about Andretti coming in with Alfa Romeo. Was there ever any talks between Gene, yourself, and Michael Andretti?
I don't want to really answer that question because I don't know. As you say, there's a lot of talk about it, and I'm not involved in them talks, so I cannot give a qualified answer on that one. I'm happy if Michael brings a team here. People think we see it as we are fine with it. I mean, it's perfectly fine for Michael to have a team here or be part of a team. So, but about talks and not talks, we talk a lot when the day is long.
Similar. What do you think of the season getting more stops in it? Is it too much? Is it going to be taxing on your budget to the point it hurts?
Normally, if you have more races, it is also the income. The income normally goes up. So we are not just doing more. We should get also more. It's a business, this one in the end. But it's. Obviously, 23 is a lot, but I think we can deal with it. I think the format of the weekend changes a little bit next year, so we need to find some advantages there in doing what we are doing. So I'm pretty okay with 23 races. And it's just I'm always happy if the market is here, people want to see us. We are here to race for the fans. We are not here to race for ourselves, because racing for ourselves, we cannot make it sustainable. If the fans want our product, we need to provide it, And that I think what Liberty Media and Stefan are doing. We provide products to the fans which want it.
I want to go back to the American side of this. I guess it was maybe 2 years ago, we asked you about an American driver maybe for the Haas F1 team, and you brought up a name, and you brought it up before Michael Andretti, you brought it up before anybody. You said Colton Herta. What we feel like is that we are on the precipice of maybe Formula One, maybe even catching NASCAR in the ratings. The trajectory is that good right now. If we had an American driver like Colton Herta, do you think that would push us over the edge like we've been thinking?
Absolutely. If an American driver, whoever it is, would be in a good car and fighting for points and podiums, I mean, you said it yourself, that would push the sport in the States here over. I mean, it would be for sure number one in motorsports.
Really good question. What about this weekend? Obviously, it's a big weekend for the team. We saw inklings of brilliance from Mick with that qualifying. Can we hope for that again?
Not if there are not particular circumstances. I would say we can take the good away from the last race. We had a chance. I always say we get prepared as good as we can get prepared. We always do 100%. And then something changes which we could take advantage of. We need to be there. We were there. Mick was there. The team was there. We executed. a strange situation with the rain, not rain, wet track, not wet track. We just were there when the opportunity arose. Everybody was there and ready, and I love that moment because that makes me confident when we get a better car next year. We will be there, because everybody knew what to do. There was no mistake made. Mick was ready. He said, "I've got an opportunity here. If I don't take it now, I don't get it again, or not this quick." So answering your question after this long explanation of last weekend is like, if nothing special happens with the weather, I think we are where we normally are this year, but never say never. We will try to do our best.
Yeah, there's a 10% chance of rain, so 10% chance of some fun for you guys.
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, 10% chance of to do something special.
Are you going to get out in Austin to get to go to dinner or anything while you're here, or are you going to be all
I
business?
hear what he eats. He's always skinny and fit.
I wouldn't go this far, but I'm actually trying to find a restaurant for tonight, but everything is booked out. I've got my family here, so I'll be going out for dinner. But it seems to be a busy place in the moment, Austin. It's unbelievable. So I'm still trying to find somewhere to go tonight.
Eddie V's will get you in.
You got the mayor of Speed City right here. He's going to find you a restaurant.
Figure out what you're hungry for. I'll make some calls.
All right.
Well, listen, best of luck this weekend. Thank you for spending some time with us and let us talk to your drivers as well. It's great to have you home again, and we wish you well for the future.
Thank you very much, guys. Thank you. Appreciate it.